What is up, YouTube? This is Alucard AFK with another MTGO game with commentary. So we're back on our Mono Red Rush deck. Don't even know if I can call it Mono Red Rush anymore, but I'm going to. It is still Mono Red, but not really Rush of Blood anymore. So the first hand we had trash, no land, so we mulliganed. And let's look at our opening hand. We got 3 mountains, nice Zendikar lands, finally. Stromkirk Noble, obviously new to the deck. We'll come back to him in a second. Got an Ash Zealot and a Volcanic Strength. Okay, let's bump over to some comparisons here. So, Rakdos Cackler was in the deck. I was running 4 of those. Rakdos Cackler is a 1/1 for 1 black or red. He can come out with Unleash, which means he can come out with a 1/1 counter, but then he won't be able to block. So he could come out as a 2/2 for 1. That's really good. And you know, if you know me, you know I don't play net decks, and in most of the net decks they were running both Stromkirk Noble and Rakdos Cackler. I don't like Rakdos Cackler anymore compared to Stromkirk Noble, so I swapped out 4 of the Cacklers for 4 of the Nobles. And the reason why is he is 1/1 for 1, but he can't be countered by blocked by humans. That's really powerful. When the Noble deals damage to a player, put a 1/1 counter on it, and that is really powerful. There is a lot of cards in that block that are red, and when they swing in, they put a 1/1 counter on it, but he is the best of those just because he can't be blocked by humans. So compared to Cackler, you know, the Stromkirk Noble wins. So that's the first play set that was swapped out. Next is Rakdos Shred Freak. He's a 2/1 for 2 black or 2 red. He has haste. I love this guy, and a lot of people were saying, hey, you need to play Lightning Mauler. And I was like, well, Lightning Mauler is a 2/1 for 2, and he doesn't even have haste. He can Soul Bond, and as long as Lightning Mauler is pure for another creature, both creatures have haste, so he can get haste if there's already something out. So, you know, if I get him in my opening hand and there's no other creatures, you know, or I'm playing him first, he's not going to have haste. So I was like, how is Lightning Mauler better than Shred Freak? And so whenever I test something, especially with a playset, I'll say, well, you know what? I'll just play 2 Rakdos Shred Freaks and 2 Lightning Maulers, and we'll see what happens. So I definitely played 4 Lightning Maulers for a little bit, and I just didn't like it. You know, he is giving other creatures haste. Or if he is the first out, he is giving the other creatures haste. So say Lightning Mauler comes out, and then Stromkirk Noble comes out behind him. Say you didn't get him in your opening hand, he's going to give him haste. He's going to be able to swing in right away. So that's powerful. And if you get Rakdos Shred Freak in your opening hand versus, you know, an Ash Zealot, which we have in the deck as well, the Shred Freak's going to be able to swing in. So I don't like 4 of the Shred Freaks anymore, and I don't like 4 Lightning Maulers, definitely, so I just play a split 2 and 2, and that seems to work out really well. So sometimes I get a Shred Freak, he comes out swinging. Sometimes the Lightning Mauler will come out and he'll give Stromkirk Noble, you know, haste, so that's matchups pretty good there. Another card, again, I construct all my decks from scratch, and I just didn't see really many people playing this against me, but evidently it's very popular, and I just didn't like it for some reason until I actually started playing with it, and I really like it. So all of our creatures are little guys, you know, except for Noble, who gets pretty darn big. We can drop Volcanic Strength on any of these guys and they get, you know, pretty big, but the Wolf for 3 mana 1/1, I was like, you know, but he is undying, and when the Wolf attacks, each creature you control can't be blocked this turn except by 2 or more creatures. So unless they have tokens or some pretty big guys, that seriously hinders people blocking you, which means Noble's going to get through, Shred Freak's going to get through, Lightning Mauler's going to get through, Ash Zealot's going to get through. You're going to be doing some serious damage there. So enough about the minor deck tech. I will probably do a larger deck tech, or maybe I won't. So just let me know what you want to see. So let's get into the first game. This is a match. So we'll play a Swamp and Typhoon Rats. Pretty relevant. It's a 1/1 for 1. Has Death Touch. It can't mess with Ash Zealot though. First strike will override Death Touch, so you know, he can block with Typhoon Rats, but Ash Zealot will kill him, and Death Touch will not touch the Ash Zealot. Just in case you didn't know that, First Strike comes out before Death Touch. And we got a Traitorous Instinct. So we'll put Stormkirk out. If Stormkirk Noble had First Strike, oh man. He'd probably have to be 2 mana or something, and maybe even 3 mana, but it'd almost be worth it. Another Traitorous Instinct, so not the greatest there. Put out Ash Zealot. Swing in with Ash Zealot. He'll go to 18. Wild Beastmaster. Whenever Beastmaster attacks, each other creature you control gets XX into end of turn, where X is Wild Beast power, and he's a 1/1 for 3. So really powerful. Immediately when I saw this, I thought Traitorous Instinct would be great to get on this guy. So another mountain. Go ahead and drop some Walking Tech, Volcanic Strength on Ash Zealot. He doesn't have any mountains, so Mountain Walk is not relevant, but 2/2 for 2 on top of Ash Zealot is really great. So he'll swing in. Go to 14. And he'll drop a Rancor. So this is kind of a, I wouldn't say typical black-green deck, but I was expecting a Rancor from the very beginning. So now he's a 3/1 with Trample. And I drop a Dark Favor on him, so enters the battlefield, you lose 1 life, enchanted creature 3/1. So now he is a 6/2 of Trample. And when he swings in, Typhoon Rats will now become a 7/7. So even though I could probably, you know, deal with that, I go ahead and sacrifice my Stormkirk Noble, just chump block him here. So we'll lose Stormkirk Noble, we'll go to 14. Got a Hellrider. Hellrider is a 3/3. When he swings in, he's going to do damage, but he's got a 6/2 out here. So we'd want to almost go in blocking mode at this point, but we throw a Traitorous Instinct out on top of the Wild Beastmaster. So now he's an 8/2. We'll swing in with both Ash Zealot and Wild Beastmaster. And Ash Zealot will become a 12/12. So just by Ash Zealot itself could almost kill him. And there's an 8/2 back here. So that is game 1. So the game will end on turn 4. He'll end at -7, and we will move on to game 2 in this video. So on to game 2, and opening hand this time around, we have 1 Ash Zealot, 1 Searing Spear, 1 Pillar of Flame that was sideboarded in, 1 Vexing Devil, and that's another thing that I forgot to mention in the Deck Dech. You know, most of the stuff that I swapped out and things that I was kind of reviewing my deck with a new friend of mine named Corey, and he was saying, you know, Pillar of Flame is great, but it really should be a sideboard card, just because, I mean, it's good for getting rid of String Root, Geist, and Messenger and things like that that are undying because they get exiled, and for, you know, limited other amount of creatures, but it's something that you definitely want to play game 2. So Pillar of Flames are sideboarded. Vexing Devil, I keep it in the main board. A few people think I should just stick it in my sideboard because he's not that great against, you know, other red matchups that can just Searing Spear him or something. But most of the time they're not. They're going to take the 4 damage, especially in the opening hand. I've seen very few times where they have left him on the field and then I know he's going to get removed. So I'm not too worried about that, because really Ash Zealot can get removed the same way. You know, all of our guys can get removed the same way. So I think he's great. And then a Stromkirk Noble. So let's get dangerous. So play a Forest, and we got another Ash Zealot. Play Vexing Devil out. He'll take the 4 damage. And he'll bring out String Groot, guys. And see, this is why we have Pillar of Flame. That's why you run Pillar of Flame. In your sideboard, in your main, it's up to you, but that's why we run it. So you'll come out with haste. And we'll just Pillar Flame it, exile it. That way the Undying can't work. And put out our Mountain, and then put out our Stromkirk Noble. So Typhoon Rats, this is looking eerily similar to the first game. And we got a Volcanic Strength. So we'll bring out Ash Zealot. Swing again. Dark Favor on the Typhoon Rats this time. So now it is a 4-2. We'll go ahead and sacrifice Stromkirk Noble at this point. So let's just go ahead and block it. And we got a Pillar of Flame. Run Ash Zealot here. Now I could have done Pillar of Flame on him. Searing Spear on him. But we run that just instead. And it'll do a Fungal Sprouting. So we put 4 sapling creatures on the field. Put out another Typhoon Rat. So we went down to 14, and you know, you're like, well, why did you block the previous time and, you know, not remove it? We're ahead now. Simply, that's just it. We're ahead now. So. And we got a Lightning Mauler, so throw a Searing Spear, keeping Pillar of Flame for some Undying creatures still, so swinging with Ash Zealot, he'll block with Typhoon Rats, and again, first strike will come before Death Touch, so he'll just lose his Typhoon Rat. So he has 4 sapling creatures now. And he'll naturalize the Volcanic Strength. I was kind of expecting him to sideboard that in for whatever, so now Ash Zealot's just a 2-2. He won't swing in again. We got a Vexing Devil. So throw Ash Zealot out. Swing in with both Ash Zealots. He'll block 1 Ash Zealot with 3 saplings. 4 saplings, actually. So he'll go to 7 and lose 2 saplings. And of course we lost our Ash Zealot. Bring out a Dread Mangler. He won't swing in. We'll do a Pillar of Flame to him. He'll go to 5. We'll go ahead and throw a Vexing Devil out. And see, even here in this matchup, like I was saying before, people take the damage. On a 4-3 out there. And we do not swing with Ash Zealot. Fungal Sprouting again. More little green dudes. Kind of pointless, really. Another Mountain. Go ahead and throw Ash Zealot out. Don't really want to swing in at this point either. Bring out a Typhoon Rat. Just waiting for a burn spell, really. Brimstone Volley. a little excessive, but... And that game will end on turn 9, so I didn't play that as efficiently as I wanted to, but it is a win nonetheless, and I'm sure I'll get comments in on that particular game. First game I think I played very well. So anyway, that is the second game of the match, and that is Mono Red Rush Revised. Comment, like, and subscribe, guys. We'll catch you later. Bye.